Come and spend your autumn years in an Indian palace.
This is the day.
It's a luxury development where all the residents are in their golden years.
Like the coast of Florida?
Yeah, but with more elephants.
It's a pleasure to see you this morning. One of the things I truly loved about this movie is seeing everyone and realizing that these are people who are at a point in their life where they're not quite sure where it's going to go. They have no idea where things are going to go from there, and then they each get their own answer. So I was wondering, was there ever a point in your career where you just woke up and realized, I'm not quite sure where to go from here?
Oh, I do that constantly.
Really?
I never think, where is the next job coming from?
I see, that surprises me that you would have those questions. You wouldn't think that.
Yes, I don't doubt what I want to do is act, but I mean, I trained to be a theatre designer, and then suddenly one evening, it seemed like overnight, I suddenly thought, I'm not going to be good enough. And I'll just try something else, which was acting, because my brother was an actor.
Best choice you ever made?
Yes, I've loved it.
Why did you think you didn't have what it takes to be a theatre designer?
Because I saw an absolutely sublime set for King Lear at Stratford, and it was not like anything that I'd ever seen or even contemplated. I thought, I don't have that imagination.
So whenever you do films and you do, the Bond films and you see all the incredible sets that they come up with, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is unbelievable.
That's amazing.
It's so beautiful, and they're so exquisitely done, beautifully designed and put together.
Would you like some of this? I believe it's called aloo carparata.
Now, if I can't pronounce it, I don't want to eat it.
Is this your first time in India?
Yes. Do you think we'll be all right?
It's going to be extraordinary.
One of the things that I really loved about this movie is seeing all these characters kind of taken out of their comfort zones, because so many times great things can happen when that happens to us. So I was wondering, which character have you guys played that most took you out of your comfort zone?
Acting is my comfort zone.
Really?
Yeah, that's my area of expertise, and there's nothing I've ever done that sort of discommoded me. There are some things that are more difficult than other things, but you solve them because that's what you're meant to do. If suddenly somebody put me on the top of a horse and in the middle of the Kentucky Derby, I would think I'm out of my comfort zone now. That would be. But acting, it's what I do, and I've been doing it for a long time. So there's nothing that's really. I mean, there are some jobs that are, as I said, more difficult than others. But so what?
Well, this one is pretty much out of my comfort zone.
Why is that?
I don't know. I've never played anyone quite as sort of uptight, really, or quite. But I mean, I don't think. I don't think. I mean, it's particular. I found the place was certainly India. Was certainly something that you just couldn't snap into.
Right.
You had to get used to it. But we do a lot of different things. And even if you don't go away physically, you go away in your head, in your imagination. So you make journeys. So it wasn't, an enormous thing.
And, you were talking earlier about, in a weird way, the location being out of your comfort zone. And I was wondering, has there been a location other than with this film that you were excited to get away from? Because we often think, actors get to shoot here and shoot there. But was there somewhere you shot where you just thought, wow, I'm glad to have wrapped here?
The Isle of Man.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, the Isle of Man is a dump.
What? Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. It's in between
Man.
the island and England.
It's a very difficult
dear
place.
Heavens.
There's nothing going on the Isle of Man.
Yes, and the people aren't very nice either.
Oh, really? For goodness sake, be careful.
I'm
Please
sorry, I
delete
didn't
that.
mean that.
No. Please
I don't mean
delete
Isle of Man natives, People who...
the
thing is, I'm filming at the moment in Albuquerque in New Mexico, and it is really hot. And hotness I don't do hot terribly well.
No, you didn't in India.
India, I don't do hot. Really.
No.
Well, I was just about to invite you guys to my apartment in Houston, but maybe that wouldn't quite work out.
I made a movie in Dallas once, and it was I just go out for a walk, and after 10 minutes, I just think, to hell with this, I'm getting back in the air conditioning.
Welcome to the best exotic Marigold hotel.
Prepare to be amazed.
There's an Indian in there.
I want to stay at the other hotel, the one that's in the brochure.
In India, we have a saying, everything will be all right in the end. So if it is not all right, it is not yet the end.
Now, one thing I've learned, life is always going to be throwing challenges at us and seeing how we can take it. And I know that life has recently thrown a challenge your way, and I was curious to see how you were feeling about it, or how you thought you're going to tackle it in the future.
Do you mean my eyes?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, well, I've just got something masses, thousands of people have got, and you just learn to adjust it. What makes me cross is that I can't quite see everybody's face clearly enough to know if there's a good joke going on that I'm missing, or and I have to ask my friends to say it's me when they come towards me if I haven't recognised the silhouette or the outline. This is a new and different world. The challenge is to cope with it, and not just cope, but thrive.
As actors, is there a different way to approach how you do a scene with an ensemble cast versus how you do a scene just maybe by yourself?
No, is the short answer, and in fact the long answer to that. No, it's exactly the same job. You've seen there is dialogue. You know what your character is meant to be thinking, and you know what the character's point of view is, and then you go ahead and do it. That's all. Isn't that true?
I would have thought so, yes. I mean, it helps very much when you know each other, because there's a sort of a shorthand that you have, and we all know each other. So that was very nice, and we're all of an age, which is also, so our points of reference are similar.
I got a job, my first ever. I'm about to make the first public speech of my life.
Imagine them naked.
Well, I'm afraid I gave that up several years ago.
Ah, there you are. Good as new.
Really?
No, of course not. Would you like me to not fix that chair?
Is this idea that, we're all at that point where we can still have things that surprise us. You come to this incredible exotic location and you still have things that surprise you. Are there still things about this business that surprise you?
Yes, always. Or every job I've done, and always, every job I've done throws up something that when I contemplate the job, I think, oh yes, I'm sure I could. And then there's always something. It's like the man with the bucket of ice cold water around the corner, just when you think it's all right. So, you have to learn something all the time.
Does it surprise you that there are still things that surprise you?
No. I hope it always goes on. I hope it goes on forever.
How can you bear this country? What do you see that I don't?
Oh, the light, colours, smiles. It teaches me something.
The idea of sometimes we just need to get away from, especially with your character, you just needed to get away from the everyday life. And I was wondering, how important is it for you guys to get away from all of this, to get away from the cameras and get away from the movies and just sit back and enjoy a book or something?
Well, that's very nice, but often that's forced on you, depending on whether you're working
Right, exactly. Sometimes you don't want that.
No, sometimes you don't want that. I think we're in one of the few jobs where actually things change most of the time. So you're never in one place for too long. So this will last however long it lasts, and then there'll be something else that'll happen. So in that respect, we're very lucky.
She wants to thank you for your kindness.
I haven't been kind.
You are the only one that acknowledges her.
I'm not eating that.
One of the things, that really worked for me in this movie is that every character is so different and unique and interesting, and the appeal of it is seeing all of them interact together. And I thought you have played so many different and interesting and unique characters. If you could throw a few of them under one roof together and just kind of see how they interact, which ones would you like to see interacting together?
I suppose I'd like to see nearly all those plays by Shakespeare, all those characters in all those plays. I wouldn't mind them all together, with perhaps Iris Murdoch. And that grim woman from Notes on a Scandal.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yes, it would be quite interesting.
I'd like to see that movie. That would be interesting in a hotel together. Absolutely. Well, but Give Me the Rap, it is an absolute honor to get to sit across from you. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
I have a dream to create a home for the elderly so wonderful that they will simply refuse to die.
Oh!
This man is dead.
Must preserve his dignity.
Did I nod off?
India, like life itself, I suppose, is about what you bring to it.
I'm really loving this!
You all right?
Just want a glass of water.
That was a gin and tonic.
I know that now.
The best exotic Marigold hotel.
You're not worried about the danger of having sex at your age?
If she dies, she dies.